Michael Desarian is our guest. MichaelDesarian.com's the website. Link up on Infowars.com right now. It's hard to believe, but in my film Endgame, we only show you the tip of the iceberg about who these global controllers are. I mean, how do you get scientists in the U.S. and Russia and everywhere to go nerve gas little children or test radiation on children and kill them or test it on troops? That isn't about testing the nerve gas. They know it'll kill a person or the radiation. It's about creating cadres of scientists who will buy into this and who enjoy exercising the psychopathic power to create larger cadres of subunits to serve the New World Order going into the mass extermination. And I want you to know, they're going to claim Al-Qaeda did it or claim it came out of a lab, but when you and your family are dying, especially you police out there, you can at least, realize that for those that survive, that the New World Order is real and that this really happened and that we really warned you. We were talking during the break about them not capping the pyramid in 2000 as they were openly worshiping what they called anti-beast or Animan, and you were just talking about that. It was on worldwide TV, fake fire shooting out of the ground, fireworks, huge horned demons marching on movie screens at the Giza Plateau, worldwide occultism. PBS carried it, open Lucifer worship on TV, and it was like I would mention it to people and no one even seemed to care. Michael Desarian.
Well, exactly right. And people have to realize that these guys, on the highest level, you see, they operate based on an old stellar form of timing, based on ancient zodiacs. The whole concept of that when you do something, the timing has to be right. This I discovered in the context of Ireland when I was studying things like the various battles. I mean, the very fact that the Orange Parade happens, very close to midsummer, the midsummer solstice, just like your Bohemian Grove investigation pointed out that the dates are very important, the midsummer, the summer solstice. We have the same issue happening in Northern Ireland where the 12th of July parades are scheduled for the movement of the sun, to the center point there. The Black Preceptory, which is a very secret order behind the Orange Lodge, they have their ceremonies on July 13th. This ritualistic element is very, very important. People will notice that the declarations of war, whether it's March 17th, the Feast of Purim, you see, or any other date that comes about, is not random. It is not done by accident. And so the openings of this, the closings of that, the signing of the euro dollar, all the things that the MEPs do, or the people who control them do, is done based on ancient solar and stellar and lunar zodiacs. People have to understand this. It's based on ancient Masonic timings. We got to understand.
And by the way, that comes out in mainstream media that, Tony Blair every morning is possessed by the spirit of the light. He falls on the ground and convulses. He goes to the four corners of the earth to do weird rituals. Oh, and Ronald Reagan, everything he does is according to the astrology. And, this all comes out.
Exactly, and that's the reason why my life took me into those areas, to study these secret societies quite intimately, to definitely get into these occult areas, to find out what it is that they're up to. What are they doing? And then, basically to pull back from the canvas and discover, my God, this is a worldwide ritual that involves many, many tentacles. But getting back to the point about this whole technotronic age, as I said, my work is dedicated to Jim Keith, and I want people to remember his name because he's one of the greatest American researchers you could imagine.
Do you believe he was murdered?
Absolutely, no doubt in my mind, and the people closest to him also speculate upon that.
Well, then his publisher died mysteriously right after he did.
Yes, exactly. And another friend of his, a co-researcher, was also mysteriously killed. So there's no doubt in my mind that they either, they took this guy out because he was so special, he had the ability and the charm to reach many, many people.
Well, he also got wide spectrum analysis.
Yeah.
I mean, he really got the big picture.
Well, remember, these guys were tied up. Jim had investigated Scientology and did a runner from it because he knew, my God, what the hell is going on here? And then tried to whistleblow that, and from there, went on to, like I did in my own way, to branch out and to find out about the world, the great global conspiracy. And his work is fundamental. His book, Mass Control, is an essential part of the DVD we're doing right now, about to release next month or very shortly. And this goes into his work. It's dedicated to his work, and people got to understand.
All right, stay there. We're going to break for 1 minute. Come back with the next hour of Michael Desarian getting into this.
Thank you for listening to GCN.
All right, let me go ahead and talk to him now.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
and from there, went on to, like I did in my own way, to branch out and to find out about the world, the great global conspiracy. And his work is fundamental. His book, Mass Control, is an essential part of the DVD we're doing right now, about to release next month or very shortly. And this goes into his work. It's dedicated to his work, and people got to understand.
Stay there. We're going to break for 1 minute. Come back with the next hour of Michael Lassarian getting into this.